Well, for more on this story, we're joined by Riccardo Dugulin. He's a senior analyst at the Cussac group, which specialises in travel and global risk management. Hello there, Riccardo. Thanks for joining us. Now, the UK is now on its highest alert level, critical, which means an attack is imminent. What do you make of the shift occurring here with armed soldiers in Downing Street and other high-profile places?
I think this comes as a testament of the current threat in the United Kingdom. This means that the police and the intelligence services are currently assessing that it is very likely that the terrorists that hit Manchester may have acted within a group. So this means that other people, either in possession of firearms or explosives or both, may be actually free at this time, either in the Manchester area or in the wider part of the country. So this means that, as we had seen previously with the attacks in Paris and Brussels, there may be a terrorist cell that has the capacity of putting together explosives that could carry out additional attacks in the country in the coming weeks or months.
Well, as you say, there are reports that the Manchester attacker was a mule, part of a wider network. Before, you and I have talked about lone wolves. So are the plotters now becoming more sophisticated, more ruthless, more connected?
Yeah, and we see this by the tactics used. To carry out the attack in the Manchester arena, this required at least some kind of monitoring of the target, understanding the way the target was secured, and then understanding the way the crowds would move around the target, and especially putting together a bomb and using it in a vest with triggers that was more difficult than, say, planning a vehicle attack, as it was the case in March in London. So what we see now is something more dangerous than previous attacks in the UK, for example, and something in which there is a capability by radical Islamists to put together a group that escaped police and intelligence surveillance, and this is something that is quite troubling.
You mentioned that the network of attackers and plotters were very likely doing surveillance beforehand. Security experts have mentioned for a while now the vulnerability of many public venues, allowing crowds access without security checks, arenas, nightclubs, Westminster. There's a big security riddle here, isn't there?
Yes, and that's a problem that is going to remain very timely in Western Europe for the foreseeable future, because we can deploy as many guards, military personnel or police officers as we possibly can within the political frame, but it's never going to be enough to prevent the attack on site. Here the issue is more of a strategic one on how to infiltrate those networks and how to monitor the cyberspace in which the majority of propaganda is diffused and the majority of plots are being discussed. So the point is on one side, we need to cover soft targets as the Manchester arena, but the discussion is to be a political one on how to develop long-term security measures that can prevent these attacks before the militants arrive on the site.
So secure those soft targets, but a big political discussion is needed for the longer term. Well, Riccardo Dugulin at the Cussac group, thank you.